Do you want to get the most money when selling your home? In my video today, I'm going to be sharing with you my top 3 tips to maximize the value of your home sale. I'm Will Joseph, top producing agent, real estate investor, and strategist. I've sold hundreds of millions in real estate, and I've worked with first-time home buyers, institutional investors, as well as high-profile celebrities and athletes. I've sold multifamily, commercial, and residential assets. And on this channel, I'll be sharing with you the tips and tools I've used over the years to generate literally millions of dollars for my clientele. So if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to get weekly updates on my tips and tools. Tip number 1, do not overprice your home. Don't do it. The problem when you overprice your home is you end up with a stale listing. You invite competition to underprice you and invite a negotiation strategy that can oftentimes be hard fought. So when you price your home, you have to understand, is it overpriced? Is it underpriced? The only way to do that is to develop a pricing strategy. Now you'll hear more often than not, people say, well, we're looking at the comps. The comps will tell the market has spoken. But that's only 1/4 of the piece that we employ to our pricing strategy. We look at a different type of pricing strategy involving 4 key points to pricing and inventory. They're comparable values or recent sales, pending sales, active inventory, and coming soon. When you have all 4 of those categories and you understand those areas within your market, you will be able to understand where the pricing will be. So let's start from the beginning. Recent sales. This is what everybody looks at. It's comparable sales. 30, 60, 90, 120-day sales. The problem with that is those are historical. Real estate is always looking backwards. The problem with that also is that we live in a dynamic market. So why would you use a historical sale when the market is moving upwards or downwards in a very fluid fashion? Nevertheless, you need to understand the historical sales to understand what those comps would be and how it would help your listing. Also, understanding those historical sales will invite you into understanding how buyers will basically look at the value of your home and what agents will be using to negotiate either for or against the price that you have. The second piece is pending sales. Pending you've heard them, in escrow, under contract, accepting backup offers. Those are the properties that are that have an offer and they're in the process of being sold. Those are also the properties that that will calibrate the new market. They're going to be the new comps, and you need to understand those. So in that case, we always invite people to talk to those agents, to speak to them, to determine whether or not they receive multiple offers, one offer, if there are any concessions given, to understand most importantly, what the closing price is, so that you will understand what the new comps will be. And when you connect the past sales to the new pending sales, you have 2 data points. And those 2 data points will show if they're trending upwards, downwards, or if the market is staying flat. The third, and what I feel is the most important ingredient to your pricing strategy to help you determine where to price your home, is to look at active inventory. Those are the properties that are just sitting on the market. Those are the properties that don't have offers. Those are the properties that basically are your competition. You should talk to those agents, learn from them whether or not they feel that their price is good, if they've had offers, what they plan to do with pricing. So you as a home seller need to know what your competition is and where to price position based on that. The fourth is coming soon. The coming soon, there's a new feature that Zillow has added, which is actually a very helpful feature, will let you know if a property is coming to market. Now be careful. Some agents in some cases will float a higher price, and last minute before it kicks over to the MLS, they'll change the price down. They often do this to try to tease out the higher price and then come back at a more competitive price. But nevertheless, the coming soons will tell you what the new inventory is. So supply and demand, the simple supply and demand fundamentals apply here. When you have more homes and fewer buyers, prices are going to trend down. So going from past sales to pending sales to active inventory to coming soon, you should get a pretty good sense of where pricing is. To sum up, you do not want to overprice your home. You cannot negotiate when you are overpriced. You're inviting competition and you're inviting a hard-fought negotiation. If this is resonating with you, please hit the like button to give it a thumbs up. Tip number 2, access equals offers. Don't forget that. It's a common saying we use with all of our sellers when we're talking about open houses, when we're talking about time to list the home. The bottom line is, if you want offers, you have to allow people into the home. You have to allow people to see what it is they're buying. When was the last time you heard of somebody buying a home without seeing the interior? Homes today are selling at a premium. And to really build confidence in the sale and really show off your asset in your home, you need to allow buyers as much access as possible. There's a second component to this, and that is allowing enough buyers in. Just getting 1 or 2 buyers in a hot market is only part of the story. But you want to make sure that you provide enough window of time to allow all of the buyers that are circling in your market the ability to come in at the same amount of time. So we always budget a window of time when we know buyers are buying, buyers have the time to come see homes, and that you can allow free access to get into your home to see it at around the same time. So when you're picking a listing strategy and you're trying to figure out when to sell the home, pick a time of the year when people are in town. Pick a time of the year when they're not off on a school vacation. Pick a time of the year and a weekday, and a start date where you know people are not only out there buying, but they have the ability to get into your home, and try to get as many buyers into your property at the same time or over a short period of time. Remember, prime time is right in the first week or two. If you're going to get a premium for your property, garner multiple offers, it's going to be in that first 2 weeks. So when you decide to list, make sure you look at that calendar and make sure that you're not competing with a holiday. You're not competing with school vacations where people are going off to some sort of vacation. But pick a time when you know people are there, they're buying, and that they have access. And do not give them unfettered access. You as a seller, it may be inconvenient, but you have to do it. Now, I know it can be a bit challenging if you have an income property, duplex, or an apartment building. So we advise all of our clients with multifamily assets to talk to their tenants, to give them enough notice to work out a framework that works for them, times of days in which you can enter the home. Oftentimes tenants are off at work and they can give you windows of time during the day or during the weekend. So I would build your listing strategy around your showing strategy around their availability. In some cases, what we recommend for our clients is to do floor plans of the properties if there are multiple units, 5 and up. It may make it easier for them to see, and you show an example of one of the units. But definitely you need to talk to your tenants to determine in advance if it's going to be easy to show. You may also determine if you're going to have some problem tenants at that time as well. So it's good to understand that now up front. Tip number 3, ditch your iPhone or camera phone. So often we see homeowners sell their own homes using iPhone or camera phones, as well as agents doing the same, just to save a little bit of extra money. We suggest that you hire a professional photographer, especially if you have competitors on the market, active inventory using professional photography. Remember, in that first week, you want to give off the best impression. And if you're following tip number 2, where you're trying to garner as much access, you want to entice people into the home. You want to get them there. You want to have shine to your listing. And so while the extra money may be a big deal to you, you may make quite a bit more money by putting your best foot forward with professional photography. So do not use your iPhone or camera phone. And if you're trying to garner as much interest in your property, you're going to need to make sure that your listing stands out. And with other active inventory using professional photography, you want to make sure that you are at least on the same page or same playing field, if not better, than your competition. Also, if you are going to subscribe to point number 2, which is giving buyers access, professional photography will create that shine that will lure as many buyers to your home as possible. Remember, you're asking for a premium price for your property. Market your home as if that is going to happen. The extra dollars that you were trying to save may end up costing you. And if you follow tip number 2, which is providing access to buyers, the professional photography could be key in drawing as many buyers into your property as possible. Remember, you want to get that professional photography there in that first week. Taking some iPhone photos and then redoing it in a couple weeks doesn't work. If you're going to get a premium, if you're going to get your price, it will be in that first week to 2 weeks. So come out, make your first impression as a good one. Okay, so once again, the 3 key tips are: don't overprice your home. Access equals offers. Get those buyers in, get them in the first few weeks. And third, do not use your camera phone, use professional photography. You follow those 3 key steps and you're on your way to getting an optimum value for your property. Okay, just to summarize again, the 3 key tips to getting optimum value for your home are: 1, don't overprice your home. Know where the market's at. 2, access equals offers. Allow people into the home. Make sure you get them in the first week or 2. And 3, do not use your camera phone, but rather use professional photography. You follow those 3 key steps and you're on your way to getting optimum value for your home. I'm Will Joseph, top producing agent, real estate investor, and expert real estate strategist. In the coming weeks ahead, I'll be uploading new content on how to sell your home to get the results you want and deserve. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment below if you have any real estate questions.